Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is my wax empties for the month of May, and it's a lot. Before we even get into it, I have to show my nails because, as always, I really enjoy, oh God, my calluses, I'm a mess. I just love these. I love showing my nails in the video. It's so fun. I'm sure some of you guys could care less, and I'm sure some of you guys enjoy it, so whatever, I enjoy it. I wanted like the rose quartz type of vibe. I had seen like a picture of it, and for whatever reason, they don't translate as well on the video, but when I take a picture, they really do look like rose quartz because this is like a sheer color and it comes out looking like layered and cracked. I have pictures on my Instagram on both of them. If you wanted to see what they look like when you take a photo, you can kind of see it down here. And then in person, I'm like lifting it away from the camera to look, you can really tell that it's like a rose quartz. But you know what? I kind of don't mind that even in here, it just looks like a pretty like natural pink. I really love it. Two of my friends were like, I'm so not used to seeing you with these like very classic, like natural blush pink nails, and I'm really digging it. Like I know, I'm not typically the most like natural type of girl. And yes, I am drinking a Corona Light. It's the middle of the week, it's a Wednesday, and it is what it is. I'm just feeling a little bit overwhelmed. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you know I just started a new job that I've been training my ass off for honestly a year, which is crazy to say, but it's been a year. And then the past like three and a half, 4 months, I really like picked up my training and really like went for it. And I did it, it happened, I passed, I got the job. It was a really, really, really big deal for me. This is kind of like sort of a new beginning for me and something I've just been working so hard for. And it's the type of situation where, you work your ass off to get somewhere. And you guys know I'm in the fitness industry, so there's no shortcuts. There's just not. And, to work so hard for something, and it's kind of like, now I'm at, not to say like I'm at the bottom again, but the work is just continuing, and there is so much work to be done. There is so much to do. There is so many new aspects to learn, especially like technology wise. There's just a lot, but when I say like overwhelming, I just mean it in the best way possible. I'm so happy. I'm so excited, but at the same time, it is new, but it's like happy new. It's exciting new, and it's hard work that just feels so good and so rewarding, but it really is. It's gonna be a lot. Like, it's not just go in, do the job, come home. There's a lot of aspects of work to do at home, and there's a lot to do on the computer. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to do. And I am throwing myself into it. And yeah, I think I've been working on this all day. I've been doing a lot of like playlisting and stuff, and I kind of just need to take a moment, have a beer, and talk about wax with my wax friends. Because this calms me, and I've been like literally, I've been out and about, I've been working, I've been sweating, I've been playlisting and doing all of this all day, and I just kind of need a moment, and then I'm gonna get right back to it. So that's really my update for the month of May. I don't know if it's really gonna affect my wax videos. I mean, to a degree, I feel like it might, because I'm going to be really fucking busy, and I probably won't have as much time to make as many videos as I typically do, but I do still have like hauls and things coming in. I actually have 2 haul videos to film whenever I get a chance to. So I'll try to keep it as up to date as possible. It may drop down to like maybe once a week to once every other week uploads, but yeah, if I tend to like drop off for a little bit, or you don't hear as much from me on this channel, that's why. And I'll be back once everything balances out. But I do feel like I have to focus, be committed, give this my 100%, and give it the good, solid, however many months until I do kind of balance out and find my groove here and get comfortable and, put myself in a pattern. But I'm a very all or nothing type person, so it's not like I can like half-ass this. Like I'm either 110% in or like 0% in, and there is absolutely no in between with me. So anyway, let's get to it. So this isn't another fucking hour-long empties video. There's a lot of wax here, and this may come off a little bit meh and like a little bit like unimpressed. Because I was kind of just going through my stash and I wanted to, like there were three kind of things I was going for here. One, I wanted to melt through some certain vendors, some certain type scents to see if I wanted to order from them again. And then there are some that I did order from again, so I wanted to kind of clear out my stash that I already have and make room for the newer orders. And then there are just some that maybe I wasn't crazy about, or it was old and I just wanted to use it up. So I feel like every, I don't know, like several 3 to 4 months, I go through that phase where I'm like, I need to clean house. I just need to melt through scents I don't necessarily love and just like clear house basically. So we'll go through these guys first. This fat stack of polypropylene bags. These are all like single melts, or also melts that like maybe I didn't have a lot left of. So Sniff My Tarts is one of those vendors that I wanted to finish melting through because I have been melting Sniff My Tarts all spring, but these were like really big chunks. And I do find that a little goes a long way with Sniff My Tarts. So I was able to cut all these chunks into like 3, 4, sometimes 5 pieces, but at the most like 4. So it took a little longer to go through this bag, and I wanted to melt through because I was doing my custom order like a week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, and I wanted to see if there were any scents that like I hadn't melted yet that I wanted to reorder, and then there were some that were like halfway through, and I was watching Notorious Liz on her Sniff My Tarts like melted week, and she was saying that they really they have the best performance in between 6 months and 1 year, and everything I have I got at like I think July or August or September, whenever it was, but I got the end of last summer. So all of the Sniff My Tarts that I own are coming up to kind of like their expiration date. She said like it's just not as good after a year. It'll still throw, it'll still be good, but like its highest potency is at 6 months to 1 year mark. So I want to be able to enjoy my wax when it's at its best. And so I wanted to finish this off while I could still enjoy it, and I did. And this one I really did love. This was Fizzy Pop Strawberry Kiwi Sorbet. Kiwi you don't see a lot in wax, and that doesn't really bother me because I'm actually not crazy about kiwi and wax. It's a scent that I could kind of leave or take. Like I enjoyed this melting it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to order kiwi. I do really enjoy Sniff My Tart Strawberry. It's kind of similar to like kind of imagine you had a cross between like Rose Girls Strawberry and Super Tarts, which I know are like on two extremes of strawberry, but Sniff My Tarts is kind of somewhere in the middle, but I really enjoyed it. And this was definitely strongest on the strawberry. It's kind of like a strawberry soda, but then there was like a cleanish, like wateriness from the kiwi, like just like a not as intensely sweet type of scent, but like also not citrusy. And I don't know, I kind of could have done without the kiwi sorbet in here. It was good, just I enjoyed it, I just wouldn't repurchase it. So next up is this. This was a surprise to me. This is Country Lane Keepsakes Honeysuckle. And it wasn't really like your standard floral to me. It was more like a very powdery, fresh bathroom scent. My husband hated this one. He said it smelled like soap, but he has a tendency to say anything he doesn't like smells like soap. And you guys know I don't like soapy scents. This was not soapy to me at all. This kind of smelled like Johnson & Johnson's baby powder. And sometimes I do really appreciate a baby powder type of scent. And that's what this was. And I thought it was really pretty. I really liked it in my front entry because it was so overwhelmingly strong, because this is an older piece of wax and it's paraffin, it lasts a long time, it's just super strong. And the front entry is a big, double floor ceiling. And it did well because it was such a big room that the scent kind of like dissipated a little bit, and it was the perfect throw, the perfect strength in there. And I thought it was a really nice, clean, fresh type of scent to walk into the house and smell. And I also really enjoyed this on a rainy day, which we had a lot of those this month. This next is Lake Providence Lodge Cold Ginger Ale that Liz sent me. Phenomenal. She raved about this one and she was so spot on. This was beautiful. It was so crisp and refreshing, and I think that there's a big difference between ginger ale and fizzy pop, which I was like, is there going to be? Is there not going to be? But really, really different, and this really does smell true to literally opening up a bottle of ginger ale. Like when you open it and it like fizzes at you, and you get like the bubbles in your nose, and you know that smell. Ginger ale is a very distinct smell, and this captured it. This was it perfectly, and it really was on a hot day is when I melted this, and it was just so crisp and refreshing and beautiful. I really love this one, and I think that L3 Waxy Wonders ginger ale scent is very similar to this one. So yeah, there's that. This next is Fred and Wilma from Vintage Chic. You guys know I love this one. I am so not a fan of cereal scents, but I don't know, sometimes like if I'm in the mood for them, or like actually not if I'm in the mood for them, I should say, if they're paired with marshmallow, I still have to be in the mood for them, but I do enjoy this. But this one, I didn't get any of the Fruity Pebbles, which to me always smells like lemon bakery, and I'm really not a fan of lemon bakery anymore. I used to be, but now not. I didn't get any of that in here. I got no lemon. I got none of that like lemon bakery type vibe. The only cereal note I got in here is if you've ever had Rice Krispie Treats cereal, not like Rice Krispie Treats like the actual bars, but like it was a box of cereal. It looked like Rice Krispies, but it was like the crumbles of Rice Krispies. It wasn't like, you know, squishy and gooey like a Rice Krispie treat is. They were like crunchy and hard, but that's what this smelled like to me. Like the Rice Krispie Treat cereal from my childhood and that decadent gooey marshmallow. Vintage Chic, Kirby has hands down probably the best marshmallow I've ever smelled. I'm really, really obsessed with Kirby's marshmallow. No matter what it's blended with that I've tried, it comes out so heavy, so strong. It is so decadent. You could just lick the air. It is, oh my God, it's amazing. It really just smells like if you ever made like s'mores in the microwave and that marshmallow like puffs up and it's so warm and gooey on the inside and it just smells so decadent and rich. That's what this smelled like to me. But I mostly got marshmallows with a little bit of Rice Krispie. It was just beautiful. I really loved that one, and I would totally repurchase it. L3 Honeydew Blonde Moment. This was awesome. I didn't get any of the blonde moments. I really just smelled like a fresh, juicy, authentic, true to life honeydew, and it was beautiful. I just chopped this up into fourths. This was one of her big chunk, and a quarter did perfect for me. L3 throws phenomenal for me. It's kind of on the same level as Zape, maybe a little bit stronger than Zape is, but it's that same, I've said this before, that like soft background type scent. It's not a like punch you in the face when you smell it. It's like, it's more just soft. It's in the background. If you had guests over, like they would notice it immediately, but it's one of those type of throws and I just love it. Southbound Soap Raspberry Peach Champagne. I just didn't like love this one. What I'm kind of realizing is I don't think I like raspberry and wax. I really have not had a lot of like raspberry dominant fragrances, and I just don't care for it. So, and champagne, like I like fizzy, but some champagne blends I'm kind of not really a fan of. So I don't think I really love champagne. Maybe there's like an alcohol note to it that I just don't vibe with. I'm not sure, but this was pretty. Like, obviously, I melted the whole thing. I didn't have to, like, give it away or anything. It wasn't offensive to me. I totally enjoyed it enough to melt it. Dan didn't complain about it, so I'm assuming he didn't mind it. Like I said, I think I just don't really care for raspberry or champagne. Not that I, like, 100% dislike it. Like, if I have it, I can melt it. And it did blend with, like, other scents that I have. So it was a good, like, blender scent to have in another room that I didn't know what to melt something in. But just not my favorite. And next is Southern Twang Tarts. And this is 9 to 5. This is sweet lavender, strawberry milkshake, cotton candy, frosted cake, buttercream. And it's such a long description, but honestly, all this smelled like to me was an artificial strawberry. It definitely was not my favorite strawberry. I could not smell the lavender. I didn't get any like bakery cake note. Not even buttercream. It was just like, you know how like that cheap artificial strawberry is kind of like, it's sweet, it almost could be bakery. It's not my favorite strawberry. That's really all there is to say. So when I first melted this, I did it in a 24 watt mainstays and I could not smell it at all. And then someone had recommended in Kristen Dye's group that Southern Twang threw the best for her if she melted like a full like 1.5 ounces, so like a nice big slice, and a 20 watt Glade warmer. And that's exactly what I did with the rest of this. This is her helping. It's like a big stick. And it threw amazing. This did so well in the 20 watt warmer. It did well in my kitchen and my front entry. And I was really impressed. So I will only melt Southern Twang in my 20 watt warmer. I did let this cure even longer than the Melt Me After date. Obviously it says March and I finished this in May, so I do think it needs a longer cure time. But I would not repurchase from Southern Twang. I think it just, some people rave about her stuff. For me, it just, it doesn't do well in my house. This one did, but I didn't care for the scent. And then a couple of other scents that I have from her, even in the 20-watt Glade warmer, I just don't get a good throw. But like I said, the airflow in here is very odd. It's a very open type of house, and the ceilings are very high, and there are just certain vendors that kind of crash and burn in here. So it has nothing to do with the vendor themselves. It has nothing to do with their product. Well, sometimes it does, but in the case of Southern Twang, it does not. I do think it's a good product. There are some people who enjoy this strawberry. I don't happen to be one of them. And yeah, just it's not for me. I finally finished all my melts from the Advent. Like, I feel like every month I'm like, oh, this is my last one, and then I find more. Actually, no, I didn't finally finish it. I think I have 1 or 2 more packs. Go to Sleep Magically Delicious. I cannot rave about this enough. This is like up there as one of my top 3 super tart scents. It is Go to Sleep, which is lavender and pink sugar. Well, it's her lavender cream, I believe, and pink sugar, and Magically Delicious, which is her cereal marshmallows. Like I said, I just love that marshmallow. This is so sweet. It's so creamy. You get the lavender, you get the pink sugar. It is so, I just love it. It's like the perfect sweet scent to fall asleep to. But what really makes us stand out in my household is Dan is so picky, like dislikes everything, and he loves this one. Like, he craves this one. Anytime I ask him, babe, what do you want me to melt tonight? He's like, you know the one I want. Just melt the marshmallow one that I want. That's all I want to smell. He loves this one. I did buy this in a band bag, and it will go to good use. We're both big fans of this one, but more so even him than me. This is Father of the Bride, and this is Strawberry Lemon Curd Wedding Cake. Is this the one I'm melting now? No. I don't remember this one much. This was cured the full year because I just finished this one like the other day, and it just wasn't that strong for me, but that's okay because I'm not a big fan of lemon curd, and not just from Vintage Chic Scents. I mean, just lemon curd anywhere. I don't like it. I'm really over that lemon bakery, and that's all this was. But this really had like a 0 scent throw, and I don't know, maybe it's just this scent. I'm really not sure. I couldn't smell the strawberry in this at all. I know it's not VCS because VCS actually, surprisingly, is one of the vendors who's done phenomenal in this house. And I know a lot of people will say, you know, VCS is not on like the stronger side. It's like a lighter throw. But her wax has done so fantastic for me. But unfortunately, just not this one. This one was like kind of almost like a 0. I just really smelled nothing. And I did try it in like multiple rooms, warmers, like the whole 9. It's just, no. Cinderella Would Be Jealous from the Bathing Garden. This is like an exact dupe of Lush's Snow Cake, which I've said like I'm kind of over, but this was really good. I actually melted the first half in my laundry room, and it smelled amazing in there. It smelled so clean and creamy and like just really beautiful. And I liked it so much in the laundry room that I had to melt, like this was a heart and I cut it right down the center. I had to melt the second half in my kitchen, and unfortunately my kitchen is much larger than the laundry room because the laundry room, it threw like a 10. But in the kitchen, it's just a bigger room. I could still smell it, but the throw was like far less in here, which kind of pissed me off because I purposely melted it in my kitchen because I wanted to be able to enjoy the scent, and then it wasn't as strong as here, and I was like, womp, oh well. But I would probably even repurchase this, but I don't order from the Bathing Garden, so there's that, but it is a good one. This is L3 Waxy Wonders Ocean Mist Mac Apple Vanilla Lace. This was gorgeous. I didn't really get any Ocean Mist or Vanilla Lace. I just smelled Mac Apple, but I love Mac Apple, so that was fine by me. That's one thing I do find about L3. Like, as much as I love her stuff, in her chunks, like, and this, you know what, I got the scoopables and I could smell like all different notes in the scoops, but for whatever reason, some of her chunks, only one scent note stands out. Like in this one, all I can smell is Mac Apple. In the Honeydew Blah moment, all I can smell is Honeydew. So like rarely I get all of them, but really for the most part with L3, it's like, it could be a blend, but my nose only smells one scent. But fortunately, I like Mac Apple, so that was fine. Poor Girl's Fruit Butter Cookie. I just finished this tomorrow. This is a sample. It was like a little circle. I cut it in half. awesome. Poor Girls does phenomenal in here. Crazy strong. I melted just half this cookie in my family room and it filled up the entire place. This is like buttery mango papaya, decadent gourmand bakery deliciousness. This was amazing. Totally would repurchase this. I really like this on like a cold rainy day in like the spring and summer. Like you get your fruity summery scent, but then you also get that like rich gourmand bakery. Cotton candy serendipity milk, like how can you go wrong? This is definitely for like a sweet lover because this is sweet on sweet on sweet. Serendipity is like overwhelmingly punch you in the throat sweet. Sugar milk is sweet. Cotton candy, like it just doesn't get sweeter than this. But I love this one. This was so decadent. This was phenomenal. I melted a little chunk to fall asleep to the other night, and I was like, shit, why didn't I melt this for a bedtime blend? Like the whole little, this was just a sample, but it was like a nice little square chunk. If she poured this again, I would probably repurchase because this would be really nice mixed with lavender as a bedtime blend. Oh, that would just be so good. Destination Wax Wedding Cake. This was very pretty. I did like this, but it was on the lighter side for throw, and that was in my bedroom. It was, you know what though, I have to say, like, it was a nice soft scent, and I did like it for the bedroom. But if I were to melt this anywhere else in my house, I would not be able to smell it. But I did enjoy this. I melted this last night. It was really good. It was a nice sweet. It was that strawberry shortcake type of strawberry, which I really, really like. And then just like a fluffy, like non-gourmand, not too decadent, not dense, like a fluffy, light, white cake, almost like an angel food cake. It was just really, really pretty. I did enjoy this one. Ice lemon biscotti. I actually have this going in my kitchen right now, and these come with 2 little cubes, and I have 1 cube melting in my 24 watt mainstays right now, and it is doing phenomenal. I would give it about a 7 on the throw. It's pretty strong, and for my kitchen, that's saying a lot because my kitchen is kind of like where wax goes to die. Really far and few between vendors will throw in my kitchen, and this scent is kicking ass in here. So this is from March. It's got a nice cure date. There's a description, and you really do get like that almondy biscotti type note. It's really, really pretty. And like I said, I'm like over lemon bakery, but this is a little bit different. This definitely has more depth to it, and I do kind of get that like almond, like creamy almond, marzipanish type of vibe, and I'm just loving this one. This is really, and this was the one I liked the best when I smelt them all on cold. This was definitely like my hands down favorite, and it did not disappoint warming. I would actually repurchase this one. It's really, really good. Cotton candy juicy grapefruit rainbow sherbet. I have this going in my front entry right now. It is beautiful. I really enjoy it. It's a very tart scent. I just didn't enjoy it enough to repurchase it, but it is pretty. But grapefruit is kind of one of those scents like I could take or leave, but it's fine. Sunny Side of 1927 again. Not my favorite, and it's because that lemon bakery is just the predominant note here. And again, maybe her lemon scents just aren't that strong. This is not that strong for me, and it does have strawberry sugar milk in it, but I just can't smell it at all. I tried like a quarter of a rose, and I couldn't really get much, and now I have a third of a rose going in the family room, and I really can't smell it. But yeah, like I said, I've melted her wax in my family room before, and it's done like phenomenal. But yeah, her lemon scents just don't throw as well for me. Although the other one was like a 0 on throw, this is at least like maybe a 3.5, 4. So it's definitely not as bad as the other one, but it's just really light. Glitterati is just like really sad. Glitterati in my apartment totally lived up to the hype. It was so strong. It did amazing in there. But unfortunately in my house, it throws a 0. So I realized this when I melted, was it this one? No, it's the other one I have in here. It's this one. So this one sounded so good for a nighttime melt, and it's pink sugar birthday cake and toasted marshmallows. Like, how good does that sound? And it smells amazing when you sniff it. Like, I was so excited for this one, and I melted it in my 24 watt blade, and I was like, oops, maybe I melted like too small of a sliver, and you know, it was too hot of a warmer, and the fragrance oil just burnt off. And then I tried it again in a 20 watt, and like, same thing with this. I cut it into thirds, I put it in like every different warmer, a tea light, a 20 watt, a 24 watt. I tried them all in different rooms, and like, these are just kind of the last 2. I've just given up on Glitterati, so the rest of what I have, I'm just passing on to a couple of friends because it's not worth keeping. It's just a waste for me. It throws literally a 0 in here. So, yeah. I'm sure some people are literally like sitting there like scratching their heads like, how is that possible? But yeah, like I said, I think it's just the airflow, and yeah, my house does not like glitterati, which is sad because I have some fucking awesome glitterati scents. Like, if you watch my haul video from that mystery box, like, I got so many good ones. And I even tried a slice of a chunk of a black cherry fizzy pop. Smelled amazing on cold. It smelled so strong on cold. I put that on and nothing. Candy Pandas 13. Again, this is strawberry, raspberry, guava, and I like strawberry. I like guava and wax. I do not like raspberry and wax. I don't. So I wasn't crazy about this one, and it's that raspberry. There's just something about it. Like, I can smell it. It was the same type of note in the Southbound that I smelled in 13, and like, it's just something about raspberry. I just don't like it. So Cotton Oasis from Poor Girls. This one was so good. Again, so, I mean, here's guava, and I love this one. This is creamy cotton and guava fig. This was just fruity, fresh, creamy, so amazing. This I cut into quarters, and I kid you not, it filled up my entire family room. Like, it just threw like crazy, probably like a solid 8. The scent is gorgeous. I have a backup of this, and I love this, and I did use this one when I had guests over this weekend. So I used a quarter of it on Saturday, and I used a quarter of it on Sunday, and I got so many compliments on how it smelled in my family room. Like, people just love this. It's like borderline perfumey, but it's still like fresh and creamy. It's just really, really, really beautiful, and I do love fig and wax. So Cotton Oasis, like, it's a definite repurchase for me. I could not get enough of that one. So next up here, Hayden Rose Pink Sugar. This is actually what I combined with Cotton Oasis. It blended really beautifully with Pink Sugar, and I love these two. Hayden Rose Pink Sugar is great. It's very strong. It smells more like the Walmart like sugared lavender twist than like that creamy type of pink sugar I talk about, but still, it is really good. Her pink sugar is definitely worth a buy. I finished Sassy Girl Aromas Almond Coconut Milk. I wanted this to smell more like the almond cookies from Southbound, and like maybe like a tropical coconut. But this really smells a lot like that Bathing Garden Cinderella scent. It's just like your Lush Snow Cake dupe. So this just lived its life in my laundry room. The Bathing Garden one was much better than this one. I wasn't really crazy about this. I would not repurchase it. Next up here is Golden Willow Waxes. This is a beautiful scent. It's very like fruity. It's like a tart fizzy lemonade. She recommended cutting this into thirds, and when I did it in my 24 watt, I think it just got too hot because it smelled really nice and strong up until it fully melted. Once it fully melted in the dish, I couldn't smell anything. But this was also in my kitchen, like I said, where most wax goes to die. I should really stop like trying vendors for the first time in my kitchen. I feel like it's very unfair. So I do have more Golden Willow that I'm going to try up in my bedroom and see how it throws in there, because then I tried this again in a 20 watt Glade warmer also in my kitchen, and it did do a lot better in the Glade, but it didn't fill the room. And yeah, I just think I need to try this wax in a smaller room. So I'm not going to say anything positive or negative about it because I don't want to judge it yet, because I think that the way that I melted it was just like a little unfair. And like moving forward, I'm really trying to only order from vendor. Like, I'm not really doing new vendors anymore. Like, if a new vendor comes out and gets hyped up, unless like a friend shares it with me, I'm not going to go out of my way to purchase from it, because a lot just doesn't do well in here. So I'm really just going to stick with my tried and true and the vendors that I know perform well in here, like Poor Girls, Zape, Vintage Chic, Rose Girls is amazing in the house, and of course Super Tarts. Super Tarts fucking throws everyone out of the room in here. It's just amazing. Super Tarts is definitely the best thrower of everything, and actually Walmart wax also does really well in here. So that's probably going to be, and Sniff My Tarts did well. So I know like my handful of vendors that I can stick with. I'm really not going to be trying like the new ones that come out. I'm not interested. Sorry if that's harsh, but anyway. What is this? Oh, this was so good. This is Hayden Rose Lanai, and this was like a fresh, almost like not really herbal, but there was like a little bit of a green note in here, but like very fresh and clean and pineapple. It was beautiful. This one just smells like summer. This was absolutely amazing. And Hayden Rowe is another vendor that actually performs awesome in here. Very strong. I've tried it in my kitchen, my family room, front entry. Actually, I didn't do too well in my front entry, but did awesome in my kitchen, did great in my family room. Hayden Rowe definitely does well in here, and this was just like, ooh, knock you out good. Knock you out strong. I melted this from Scripted Scents, and this is Snow Melon, and I don't really remember it, so I can't say much about that. Poor Girl's Creamy Pie, I don't know how you pronounce that, but it is Baja Cactus Blossom and Creamy Cotton. This was a beautiful scent. I love the combo of the two, but this was not the strongest from Poor Girls, but I could definitely smell it. But it was not as strong as like the Cotton Oasis, like the Guava Fig. This was definitely better for a smaller room. And I really love this. Like I have the Baja Cactus candle from Bath & Body Works, and I melted this alongside that candle, and I just really enjoyed it. So even though it was a lighter throw, I would probably even still repurchase it because, like I said, I could still smell it. It just wasn't the strongest. One more bag, and then we can finish with clamshells. And of course, I'm a half an hour in. I can never keep my Empties videos down. Anyway, raspberry cotton candy. I've been saying this whole video, I don't like raspberry, but I love this one. This was totally different. This didn't smell like the raspberry in 13 or in the Southbound. This just smelled like you took the rasp off. This just smelled like berry. This smelled like mixed berries, just like tart and fruity, with a sweetness from the cotton candy. But Dan hated this one. He claims he doesn't like berry anything, but trust me, I've melted like blackberry scents that he's complimented, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. But I really actually enjoyed this one, and this is a definite repurchase. I don't know what I'm gonna order from Country Lane again, but I should because her stuff is awesome, and I don't think I have much left. But this would be a repurchase for me, and her stuff is just so strong. This is another vendor who like does phenomenal in this house. I actually only melt her stuff in the front entry because she's one of the few that fill that entire space from the first floor all the way up to the second floor. Like this just overwhelmed. And I melted this in a Yankee Candle centerpiece, which was like 13 watts. I mean, this was just kick-ass. And this is another one that I did like to have on when we had guests over because it's just like sweet and juicy and fruity and summery and just really good. I really enjoyed that. All right, let's finish with the clamshells. Caribbean Sea Breeze from Walmart. This is another one of those type of scents where it's like, I'm glad I tried it. It was good while I had it, but I don't need to like repurchase it. It's like a spa scent, but it's still like a generic, I don't know, it almost smells like, this is gonna sound terrible, but if Walmart made like a knockoff of like a beach scented perfume and it was like, it totally missed the mark, but you smelled it and you're like, yeah, I get where you were going with this, but like you really cheaped out and missed it. That's kind of what I got from this. It's watery, like it's fresh, it's crisp, it's summery. It was good. Again, I had this in the front entry because it would fill the whole place. But there are better scents from Walmart. I didn't repurchase that. All right, I have like 10% battery, so I'm gonna rush through this. This was Milk House Candle Creamery and oatmeal, milk, and honey, and this smelled exactly like creamy pistachio to me. Oh my God, it was so good, decadently good. 1 cube was not enough for me. It didn't throw with one, but when I put 2 cubes in, it was perfect, like perfect. I really enjoyed this one in my family room. I was having like a pistachio moment one like super rainy week, and I just wanted like comforting, creamy, like nutty fragrance, and this is just like, oh, it's such a beautiful pistachio. It's like a pistachio pudding cake. Like, amazing. I love this one. I have no idea where, my friend Jennifer sent this to me, and it looks like she got it in like a regular store. So I have no idea where to repurchase this. I guess I could get this from the website. But I know Milk House, like they make, obviously candle company, they make candles. I would love this scent in a candle. This would be an incredible candle. It says oatmeal cookies drizzled with French honey, but that's a lie. It's pistachio. Yeah, I want to order this in a candle. This would be a perfect candle. And I get pistachio is one of those scents. I can do winter, spring, summer, and fall. It's a year-round fragrance for me. This is Hayden Rose Satsuma, and it's beautiful. It is so tart and juicy. It smells more like the cuties, you know, those little like clementines. Like that's what it smells like to me. It's not Satsuma from the Body Shop. It's definitely not a dupe of that, but it really does have that fresh like clementine tangerine-y vibe. And I actually have this going all weekend. I put it in my guest house, so I had it dispersed in 2 different warmers. So I had 3 cubes on Saturday and 3 cubes on Sunday. And this was not as strong as other Hayden Row fragrances, so I did have to use 2 cubes at a time. And then I put 1 cube in a tea light warmer in the bathroom. And when I tell you, that guest house smelled incredible. Like you walked in and it just smelled like you could like taste the tangerine. It smelled like you walked into that place and like simultaneously like took a bite of a clementine and the juice is just like running down your arm. I mean, it smelled like summer. It was so good, and I got so many compliments of how good it smelled in there, and it was this, and it was awesome. So even though it's not the strongest, I actually would repurchase this like literally just for my guest house, because if my guest house could smell like that all summer, I'd be fine. The hurrier I go, the behinder I get. This is Raspberry Zinger, Vanilla Bean Noel, and Satsuma. And this is like a bakery Satsuma, which if it sounds odd, it smelled odd. It was an odd scent. I don't think bakery and the Satsuma should ever be put together. And again, like a raspberry I'm not crazy about. This was not my favorite, but I didn't hate it. I liked it enough to melt it. Would not repurchase. All right. The phone is ringing. I think that's Sam. Call from what?
Call from Chesapeake and what?
I don't know. If it's calling from the city, that's my husband, so let me go. This is the Omen. It's Ocean Breeze, Vanilla Bean Noel, and Red Delicious Apple. This is absolutely incredible. You have to like MAC Apple to like the Omen, because it's definitely the predominant note. But like I said, I love MAC Apple. I think this is amazing. And again, Super Tarts just knocks it out of the park. I melted this one. I don't remember if I did it in the apartment. I don't think so. I do believe the first time I melted this was in my guest house. And I remember I had a cold. This was when we first moved in back in January. And this was the only scent. This and mouse ears were the only 2 scents I could smell through my colds, both when I smelled the clamshell itself and when it was melting. So this is definitely like a solid 10 out of 10 on throw. I mean, this is crazy strong. I'm kicking myself. This was out in BAM bags and I didn't purchase it. And I like hate myself for that. I'm like, Lindsay. But I did place a little Super Tarts order. It was like a oops order, because I was like, I'm not spending anymore. I had like $30 left in my budget for the month of like what I budgeted for wax. And if I like don't spend it all in one month, I'll let myself carry it over to the next month, and I'll just be like $30 above that month. And I was like, don't spend it. Like, what the fuck are you gonna order for $30? Just let it carry over to the next month. But no, I had to go place a little Super Tarts order because she restocked her website, and Go to Sleep was on there, The Omen was on there. Like, I just saw so many amazing scents on there, and I was like, holy fuck. So I started throwing everything into my cart, and like when I went to check out, it was almost $90, and I was like, oh fuck. And then I had to spend like another $10 on shipping for a box, so I was like, yeah, no. And I started like, you know, taking things out of my order because I'm like, I need it to be a bag, I need the $6 shipping, and I brought it down to like 30 something dollars, so it's definitely a smaller order. But the Omen was on there, and then I got like I think 1 or 2 other blends that are like an Omen like spin-off, an Omen mix. I just love it. I love this scent. I think it's so beautiful. Like, this is one I could do, like, honestly, I could probably do this year round. maybe not the fall because it's so fresh. It's like a beautiful spa blend, but I just loved it. This is Blushing Pink Petals. Oh my god, this was like one of my first videos. If you want to go back to when I did like, you know, the face, like the videos facing my face. And my quality was so poor because I just didn't know what I was doing, and like, you know, everything was so like fuzzy and foggy, but like I put my effort into those videos, and I made a video about how this mixed with vanilla cookie crunch smelled exactly like pink petal tea cake, even though I've never smelled pink petal tea cake, and I just like totally copied the blend off of Melanie. But that's how long I've had this. And it's still through, it was still strong, but I'm like, it's gonna lose its scent sooner rather than later, so let's just use it up and enjoy it. And I totally just mixed it with a vanilla cookie crunch, and it was so good, and I really did enjoy every second of this. I wish it came back, but unfortunately, Walmart never restocked this, and it looks like it's gone for good. But this is beautiful. It's a really soft, pretty floral, kind of like a peony type scent, and it is flawless with vanilla cookie crunch. So that is it. That is my empties for the month of May. Here we go, another 40-minute empties. I'm sorry, I just can't help myself. I'm gonna clean up this mess, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be my candles and Bath & Body Works wallflowers empties. So keep an eye out for that. It should be posted soon, and I'll see you guys I'll see you then. Bye, guys.